do need 2 new astronauts for this, as I don't want to watch the same ones I did previously. So. Alright, that's good. Um, so I want to give him good uniforms. Now that's done, we should be ready to begin. So the launch vehicle is this is going to be the Ares free mission. The launch vehicle doesn't have a name. I'm pretty sure it's capable of lifting 30 tons to low Kerbin orbit. Then we have the command module, which will transfer and return us to Kerbin most likely. And then this is the lander stage. We are going for an Apollo-style mission, so this will be what lands us on the surface of Duna. Now, I did make some revamps from the first mission. Nobody saw it though. Changed the landing gear, changed the RCS, added more RCS. So, one last change I was considering was adding air brakes to the lander stage. Not lander stage, the mantle module stage. To help with an aero brake around Duna, but we can always just use the ones on here. My only concern is we'll have to have this facing. We have to have this facing retrograde, which means the command module will be facing away. So that's my only concern, but alright, so gotta make sure everything's staged correctly, because I did modify some things. Those aren't, but that's because I'll do it mid-flight due to danger reasons. Alright. I need to go to the tracking station here. And, oh shoot, did I forget to... okay, no. I have zero clue, actually, what's going on in OBS. I believe I did something, though. Alright, well, I just made the final adjustments I needed to make on the Ares free spacecraft. Alright, I'm gonna turn my phone down. I was using it to hear if the stream was working correctly. Alright, now I just have to wait for a transfer window, which, let me get my Delta V chart up here. After this mission, I do plan on redoing all my mods and getting way more quality of life additions, because that'll help me in the long run. Right, so it's around a 45-degree angle, so we're just gonna go ahead and time warp until we have our optimal trajectory-ish. More of the return window. That should be good. Alright, so let's get started on whatever it is. So where is it? Is it working correctly? I think it is. Yeah, the soundboard does not work well. It says it's working, but it also isn't, so yeah, I don't know. Alright, so we're going to launch the Ares free rocket now. I'm going to do everything until the Duna injection burn in real time, most likely, depending on how long it's going to take for us to get to the maneuver. So, yeah. Are we going to get a sunrise launch? No. Okay. It should be fine. It doesn't matter too much. Alright. I probably should have added it's fine. What I'm going to do. We're going to aim for an apoapsis of 90 kilometers and same with the periapsis. We're going to try to circularize shot there. These are on a pretty high, it's on a thrust limiter of 60 because vector engines normally are way too powerful for me whenever I use them. So I just realized it would probably be better if I used it this way instead. We've hit apoapsis. Alright, we're gonna try to all of the delta V we have, all of the fuel thrust we have right now into just raising the periapsis, which means keeping the apoapsis basically the same as we do it. So apoapsis remains the same, but that most likely means you're being fuel efficient. Alright, that should be enough to circularize independently. So yeah, we are now suborbital. I'm just gonna aim my camera because this is okay. So we're gonna have a 16-second burn. We will have around 700 meters per second left in main stage. What I figured out that I could do was I figured out you can actually send the lander back to Kerbin itself, so I might be doing that instead. It has way more delta V potential compared to like everything else there is, so that's just my idea there. I think the more I increase my audio input captures, the worse the quality gets, but the louder it becomes. forgot to lower the gimbal limit again. Gotta set it really low so it doesn't just start flipping the craft everywhere. That should be good enough. I'm trying to grind cinematic shots right now. That's really the only purpose of this mission. Alright, successful orbit with no failures yet. My biggest concern is going to be aero braking at Duna, because either I go too fast and I don't get in, or I go too slow and I crash. And either one is really bad, so I need to figure out how I could avoid both of those scenarios. Well, let me just set my target to Duna, and we'll just... Pretty sure that's what I figured out was the most efficient angle of burning away from Kerbin. Yeah, it is. Or well, it's close. Where you do the burn matters, I guess. We will do a deep space maneuver, most likely. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna wait all the 27 minutes to do that. Last time we burned right after we launched, but this time we're gonna burn a whole orbit ahead, so. And just make sure everything's... It all looks good. We'll time warp to here, because I'm not patient enough to wait that long. Well, I should have got some extra. It's fine. Alright, this should be close enough. So, in here we have a few baguette fuel tanks, and over here we have our command module core. So it has 2 batteries, it has a reaction wheel, and it has a OKTO2 with 2 ground monopropellant tanks of the bigger variant. So that's what's in the contents of this module here. This engine here is a Poodle engine, so it is one of the more efficient engines I could have used, as it doesn't weigh a whole lot compared to the other possible engines. For the Mars lander, for the Duna lander, not Mars, that's not this game, I actually have a Terrier engine, and I have an FLT 400 fuel tank with some more baguette fuel tanks on the side. The lander is actually designed to land without using a lot of fuel. You do need like 35 meters per second to actually slow to a halt, so you do need some fuel burned on landing, but it's almost all directed to docking to the spacecraft, so it's not very major of a requirement on here. And this does not have a lot of RCS in it, so I'm gonna have to use this really wisely. My first mission had a few failures, which was the RCS running out, and then I couldn't retract these solar panels for air braking, so I burned a full 1,200 meters per second to circularize, so I almost failed the mission because of that. So I'm really hoping Trajectories doesn't have a stroke on me today like it did So it was just not working yesterday for some reason, and I don't know why. It got very annoying because I was gonna do 2 re-entries around Kerbin, but it ended up just forcing me to do 1. So I don't know what was on with that. I guess it's because of drag. I don't know if it calculates drag or not. But my theory is it doesn't calculate drag, because it's never correct on planes with drag, so I just assume it's due to drag, so I guess just don't trust trajectories when it comes to that. So I'm probably going to be aiming for periapsis of 42 kilometers instead of my 38 last time, because I don't know how much a 4-kilometer difference will do. It might not actually be enough. Hopefully it is, though. I really hope it is. But yeah. So the landing procedure is we deploy the air brakes the second we enter the atmosphere. And then once we can, we deploy the drogues, and then we deploy the two radial mount parachutes there. And then we activate our engine, and then we just use a tiny bit of fuel to land. I did have to make a major adjustment though on the landing legs. This mic has to be so close to my face somewhere. Okay, I think this is good. Or not. Hold on, is this good? Oh shit. Mic was not that important. I think I might need to duct tape the mic to my mouth though. Alright, so we're now using the transfer stage to, well, you know, transfer. I actually don't know what my Duna trajectory actually looks like. I don't know where I'm going to be at on Duna yet. Haven't looked. I don't like how, like, little the margins are for it to consider your burn correct. Okay, so I do actually want to do some specific maneuvering. Okay, this is a bad idea. Let's not do that, actually. They use a scary amount. Holy, okay, no. We'll just have to do a deep space maneuver. It doesn't really matter, honestly. I'll set it pretty recent from now. I don't know which one would be more efficient for us. Which way, going around this way or the other way. I do believe it was this way I did last time, so I don't know what I just did. Bruh. I don't need an inclination adjustment. Myself prograde and retrograde is so dang annoying in KSP maneuvers. So I need a maneuver node editor because my life will become way easier. Yeah, so this is the rocket I'm using. It consists of two modules, the return/transfer module and the lander. The lander is a it doesn't burn fuel up whenever you're landing. Yeah, sure. Oh wait. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. I didn't realize you could do that. I definitely messed up the feign on accident. Oh well, I guess I can just redo it. Alright, thank you for the tip. I didn't realize you could do anything like that. Alright, I'm just gonna do this pro. So. Equatorial enough. That actually works surprisingly well. Oh well, alright, thank you. So, I'm gonna warp to the maneuver because I'm too lazy to do anything. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna wait 30 days of real life, pretty obviously. Oh yeah, you're right. I do want an aero brake. I forgot. Okay, yeah, fair. I almost messed up again. Okay, well, yeah. I think when I tested it, it worked at 25 kilometers. What? I mean, I can do more adjustments when I get close. It's probably the closest I'll get. Yeah. I'm gonna try not to use quick saves though. Alright, how am I supposed to do the burn when it's such a little burn? Oh, okay, right, I forgot to. Not gimbal limit, the thrust limiter. Right. Praying for not Ike encounter after upgrade for real. Ike is evil in my opinion. This is not science mode though. This is just sandbox. After this, I'm gonna start a career mode save because I want to actually do that. I just wanted to redo my mods first, and this was just I wanted to get this done before I redo the mods. So yeah, so this is why I'm doing it that way. Do I have 5 warp on. Yeah. The first time I did this mission, I actually swapped out the solar panels last second, and I changed it to one of the ones you couldn't retract. So, yeah, that was really inconvenient. I'm pretty sure you can retract these ones though. Nice. I don't know where I got the other 51, to be honest with you. I think I just picked them up randomly along the way. I would really like if this was an equatorial orbit. What's the best way I could do that? I don't know. I guess I can do a readjustment once I've actually started orbiting Duna. Where is it? Oh no, okay. The last time I used trajectories, it lied to me and said that I would go around twice, and now it's saying I'll go around once, so I assume I will crash anyway. I guess I am really close to the equator. It would just be really nice to have it on the actual equator, so I don't have to do anything else. But yeah, that's true. I don't want to risk it, so I'll just do. That should be good. I don't trust trajectories anymore. Yes, it is, sadly. But I will land on Titan and RSS RO RP1. I want to do it so, I want to play RP1 so bad, but I feel like, I know I need to accumulate the skills first, so that's the main reason I'm doing this. First try. I assume there's some people who could do it, being honest with you. Yeah, I agree. Oh well. Alright, hopefully this is the last adjustment I need to do before I begin orbit. Why is it going so slow? Oh right, I still have the thrust limiter on. Good for you, I guess. Nah. When was the last time you broke something? I forgot. Oh, yeah, I also did have the idea of maybe using V's for air brake, but I don't think I want to risk it due to what trajectories is saying. Because it's not calculating that yet because they're closed, so we should be fine. What is bro's shoes? Oh, right, the solar panels, okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, Roblox Guy 10, you are like saving me from every disaster imaginable right now. I am doing a space mission. That is what I am doing. I'm going to kill trajectories, or whoever made it. I swear, you can't look in and out of the map mode for like 2 seconds without whatever this is going. I'm just gonna... Oh, does it matter what way I'm facing or something? I don't know. No, it doesn't. It's just really not working. Actually, you know what? Why don't you want to do like a radial one or something? For drag reasons. I don't know. Okay, fair. Hmm. Alright, once I leave the atmosphere, I'll fully capture. It's just so I can aero brake again to get a lower orbit. This fan has plenty of delta V though. It should be able to do everything I need, even if like I mess something up like 2 times. I get free return trajectories from the MUN all the time. You just have to flip like the periapsis from one side to the other. You have to burn prograde a bit more is what I'm trying to say, but yeah. It's I can show you at some point after I've finished this if you're still here. I mean I assume you know how and you just like haven't been able to get any, but yeah. There is no Venus in this game without mods. If you're talking about the game, you have to install RSS. That's crazy, but yeah. This is Duna, so it's the game's equivalent of Mars. And I am done trusting trajectories. How much is this gonna cost me? Let's see. Do not give me an icon counter. Stop. Stop. Okay, that should be good. Why is the burn time so... Okay, right, yeah. There's latency, so I've already fixed it by the time you, said Vepid, alright, yeah. What if I just set it to the limiter of 0.5 and did the entire mission like that? That should be good. No. Ike. Oh my gosh. Alright, that's as much as I'm willing to risk with that for now. Wait, yeah, hold on. I could. I mean, should I try or should I? You know what? Well, I mean, I could get a low orbit, but it would launch me, I guess. I don't know. I don't think it's the best idea. Anyway, well, I mean... could do that. Oh, zero, what I'm doing. Okay, I'm just gonna redo this because that's... I think this is just more fuel efficient though. So I'm gonna do this. That should be good. Yeah, because this should get me down to around here, and it's only 0.3 meters per second, so... What about my thrust limiter? Oh, should it be less than this? I mean, I just said it, but yeah. Yeah, so the stream actually has latency, so captions would work. Captions still didn't work though, so I probably just should have set it to no latency. I don't know if it would be too early or late to try to change that though, so not sure if I should try to fix it or not. I can't really time warp more, so I'm just gonna have to. Okay, I burned a bit too on, but... I'm gonna try to do this without letting quick saves, but I will make a quick save just in case something goes wrong. Okay, I don't feel safe going any lower than that. Alright. Why is Ike so dang fast? I mean, I guess it's really low in orbit, but it's like... Yeah, never mind. I have it just in case. If I don't do it with no, if I have to load a quick save, then I'll probably just go ahead and probably should have, well, you know, reopened those. I was contemplating trying to use Ike as a gravity assist, but I don't even know if it would be good enough for that, and it just is never in the right spot. It just always wants to be in the worst possible location. It's like the worst thing for moon braking. Can't use it for moon braking, and when you want to use it for moon braking, you can't. Like, it either moon breaks or doesn't moon break. Opposite of what you need. I'm saying this terribly, but you get the point. This isn't showing Delta V2 accurately, but yeah. Oh wait, why is that set to pro grade? Yeah, I think I have the settings configured wrong or something. I don't think it's a problem with the actual mod itself. I was thinking of going around one more time. And how much Delta V would it be? Oh, not really a lot. Well, I'm past the Perry G now, so. The plan is to land 2 Kerbals on the surface of Duna, because that's something you do, I guess. Well, I don't want to have to raise my orbit, so I'm gonna have to set the orbit to what I want it to be, so 65. That's way lower than I did it the first time, but it shouldn't matter too much. So I could do that if I didn't aero brake again. Yeah, these Kerbals are gonna return. They'll all be fine. I designed it that way. I think. I hope that isn't too much Delta V. Well, I mean, it shouldn't be. Kerbals, well, once they die, they're dead unless they're the 4 main ones. So, you can always just hire more unless you're in career. In career, it actually costs money to hire more Kerbals. Oh, right, I need to, electricity, because I ran out of that. And the only reason I have it is because of these solar panels here, so. I think that's a custom-made emoji. I don't think it's an actual emoji, sadly. But yeah. I did set this higher, right? No, I did not. Doesn't need to be too much higher. It can be like, what, 20? Yeah. Yes, I know who you are. If you have something to say, then say it. If you don't, then just stop. I don't know. Alright, so... What? Isn't that like the clock of the game? Did it just stop? Is that supposed to happen? I'm just gonna start the burn early. Wait, why am I doing a burn for this? Can't I just do it manually? It's literally just burning prograde. What am I doing? Alright, well then I have to restart this one. just ignoring the war in chat currently. Alright, so I think for this I can actually have the thrust limiter at 100. I wonder if there's a good way of making Ike actually useful. Where did I have my camera set? Alright, I had it set somewhere. I just realized, I'm so dumb, I never actually docked these the way they were supposed to be docked. I forgot that step entirely. Well, it actually makes it easier, because then you can control from here and use the maneuver, so. What if someone just made a mod where you replace Ike and Tylo? Like, just replace both of them with each other. Just imagine how beautiful that would be. Oh, I didn't refuel the RCS before I did this, did I? It should be fine. I just want the free camera mode because it's way easier that way. I love person docking, it's so beautiful. Oh yeah, I've seen the movie a lot. Not Are you talking about Project Hail Mary, that movie, or something else? Actually, I do need to do something real quick. Can I rename this here? No, okay. I just need to make sure not to dock to that on accident. Crazy. I have to disagree with your opinion, Bear, sorry. Alright, I do want to actually... I do want to restock on RCS propellant just because I don't feel safe having a low amount in the lander. I wonder what free is gonna be like, though. I heard it's coming out soon. What was I doing outright? Actually, I only need to take from one of them. Alright, so there is one complaint I do have about my spacecraft is how long, like, it takes for you to actually land. So I need to... I'm praying I do this correctly. I need to land in a flat-ish area, or there will be problems. Actually, I changed the landing gear. We should be fine, no matter where we land. Alright, my camera's still on this. I was so confused for a second. Alright, that should be enough. We are now going to face retrograde. I think it should be safe now if we deorbit, so... Oh wait, I'm not in. We should be fine. Oh no! Okay, so, I forgot to extend the actual antenna on the probe. So I don't think I can. But it should be fine. It doesn't really need communication with Kerbin, it's just very nice to have, so... we might not be able to make maneuvers. We might, I'm not sure. Hopefully we will. Alright, so we are now on entry of Duna. Might take a while, because the air brakes don't really do too much. They do something. They do something, but it's not a lot until they've actually got. I don't think I could land up there with this trajectory, but who knows? Wait, no. Why'd I open this before I was entering? What am I doing? What am I doing? Alright, the air brakes are starting to take some effect now. So yeah. It does seem we are gonna be landing in that area, so how much theoretical Delta V? Nope. We'll just have to pray that I don't fall over. Wait, or, you know what I could do? Actually, no, that's really risky. What am I doing? Okay, I'll just have to pray, because, you know what, I got this. This is really high above sea level. It is around as high as my first test flight though, and my third one. So I really don't like how fast we're going. I really don't want to burn any fuel off, but we're slowing down pretty good. All my chutes have been primed. I don't know if it's time for landing gear yet, but we'll have them deployed and ready anyway. I wish you could set these to be higher, but I don't really know if that would work while I'm doing it anyway. So it normally slows around down to, I don't remember, it was from 60 to 80 meters per second when the drogues are deployed. I don't remember where in that range, but somewhere. Forgot to increase these to 1,500 meters, but it should be fine. Yeah, it should be fine. Alright, there goes our main chutes. Alright, so normally it slows around down to 30-ish meters per second, so we're not going to get slower than this. Turning on RCS for safety. I forgot to deploy those earlier. So yeah, we only used a small bit of our fuel for that landing, so it worked as we wanted it to. Knowing this game's physics, I feel like I'm gonna get these guys out and it's just gonna randomly fall over while I'm doing that, so. Flag, all looking flag. I don't actually have a special logo for this. Taking some screenshots real quick. Alright, well, oh, I didn't actually look at other Duna missions, so I chose the name Ares because Mars in real life is the Roman god of something, and then the Greek equivalent is called Ares, so it's just like, it makes sense mythologically because, well, Mars and Ares are they basically are the same except different countries and empires, mythologies. So, and Duna is basically the Mars of this game. So that's why they're all called Ares most likely. It's just Greek mythology. Alright, I need to go grab something real quick. I'll be back in like a minute and a half or less. Alright, yeah, that would make sense then if he's a god of war. So yeah. Alright, well, I'm gonna leave him on the surface for a bit until we get... I don't know if I should launch him up and then wait for transfer window, or wait for transfer window then launch them up. Let me pull up the Delta V chart because I cannot memorize this stuff. We're at 75 degrees. We're just standing there on the surface. I'm not gonna leave a curve on the surface because I want this mission to be successful, and yeah. Okay, so that's just a bit over 90. I would say now's a decent time to launch them up. Oh, it's at night. Alright, well, I'm gonna load them back in the spacecraft then. There is no ladder, so it does kind of rely on just the RCS pack. Alright, we're loading up the spacecraft right now with the Kerbals before we return back to the ship. Can you change that mid-mission or something? I guess you can. Oh well. I did, for experience reasons, so I can get more experience with the game, I did actually design this to be able to collect all the sciences you would want. So it's not just getting here, it's also like theoretical science discovery. Now, which way is north? So north would be... Well, actually, ow. Okay, well, I actually have to wait till, for above me, so that might take a while, so... I think next orbit, probably, my next orbit. I have a feeling that the Kraken's gonna attack me, but I don't know, who knows? Nobody knows. Dang it, I, warped too far. Alright. I'm just gonna go before I fall down. So which way do I need to go? Dude, what is the rocket doing? Okay. So. North is this. So we wanna go. Holy shit, what the fuck is this doing? Oh, I have no SAS. Okay. Sorry for my language. We need to go northwest. We need to go west. So this way. We need to go this way, I think. Trust in my skills of rocketry. I think I know what I'm doing. Oh wait, this accident worked out really well for us, somehow. Wait, no. This is the wrong way, isn't it? Dude. Okay, is there a way of correcting this? Oh my gosh, it's actually gonna not... Dude. I'm concerned with the amount of delta V we'll have, but... Bro, I'm not reading all of that right now. I have bigger things I need to attend to. Alright, we'll focus on getting to orbit first. If it's necessary, we can... No. Because I was an idiot. Wait. No, because that's going the wrong way. Oh my... No, wait, that's completely incorrect. It would be 20, what, 2 seconds? So yeah, that's not the best that we have to make that inclination change. I don't know if this probe will have any comms at all. And So, how much is it to correct our traject? Correct the traject. So, I don't have that much. Wait, I can't extend Vietnam. Oh, okay. Alright, we should be good then. Because that means I have 3,800 meters per second in this that I can actually use to... Oh. I have to do it manually. That'll be tragic. I have to manually do it. Oh, right, I can't even turn. Okay, we'll just have to do it on the other side then. Oh, right, I can't do that yet. I have enough fuel to dock and get back, it's gonna be really annoying to do so. Because this one has way more than enough fuel to refill the lander and to dock to it, but I was concerned that I wouldn't be able to use this because I forgot to extend the antenna, but I was able to do that, so dude, how would I use EVA on a craft with no people? What are you? Okay. You want me to like EVA the probe? Do you want me to just eject it out of the cargo bay? Is that what you're requesting of me? Is that better than the maneuver? I don't think it is. Hello, Forrest's family. I am doing stuff. Oh, right, I'm on the dark side of Duna. I can't actually... Not dark side, I'm away from Earth, so I can't actually do a maneuver there. That is a problem. My original height I was going to use was going to be 100 kilometers, but I thought I could cut corners and not do 100 kilometers, so... I don't know what I'm doing. No, I did not want to do that. I wanted to keep my focus on this, actually. Wait, that untargeted. I don't know how I should do this, because... I can't really do it prograde or retrograde. Maybe if I... Does that get me anything? No. I guess I just have to go around a few orbits and wait until it's pretty close. not really much I can do with that. Yeah, that's not really that good. What's my speed relative to target? No. If I had comms when I was right here, I would just go ahead and raise it, so if I can raise it, then it might be better. I mean, it would be less time consuming, I'm not sure. I'll just play the waiting game for the next 5-10 years in game time. Yes, I know how to dock, but I have terrible patience. Wait, hold on. Are these gonna get close? Yes, wait, can I get these closer? It's not the one I wanted to click. I don't want the periapsis on. I just went past it anyway. I don't know if I can do it on this one. It's a really big separation, and let's see. So I'm going to die. Perfect. Nah, that'd be a really bad idea. I don't know if I can get it on this orbit. I might have to wait for the second one, just because it's too close of an orbit in similarities. Without really, like, destroying it, you can't really get close. So I'm just gonna have to wait. What would happen if I did something like that? Bruh, that's crazy. 4 minutes behind is not a small amount. I could make it more similar to my other spacecraft, but it's too close together in my opinion, and I can't burn here yet because I don't think that's actually in range of Kerbin. So I'm unable to really burn there to like increase my periapsis. Like the only way I could really do that is by like doing that or something, which is really inefficient. So I could try. Yeah, you can join the stream and give a speech. If you want. I'm so dumb. I know what I should have done. Okay, well, this is my fault. I have to live like this now. I have to live with my mistakes. Okay, close enough. Wait 1 sec. Yes. Here. Wow. My finger's itching so bad. Need a second monitor so I can actually see this. Oh wait, that's the wrong way.
Hello,
Hello.
fellow Kerbal Space Program players. I assume I'm live as of now, right?
Yes. I don't know if anyone's left in the stream though. TBH.
It's okay. Maybe they'll watch it over the entire thing someday. But the speech prepared, and I'd like to give it, but my internet is very bad, and my notes app won't open. Okay. Still not loading, but here, I'll mute until I can figure this out. Okay, so it loaded the second I muted. I'm ready.
We have achieved around estimated, wanted, required orbit, thingamajig.
This is a broadcast interruption from Forrest Does BJJ. And this is a speech that has been prepared about those who refuse to leave their Kerbals behind on Duna. The long road from red dust. Duna is easy to reach. You can quite literally fall there. The universe helps you fall. Gravity leans in. The stars wheel you towards the red-colored promise. You touch down, And for a moment, you believe you conquered something, but you truly haven't. Duna gives you the sky, but it asks for your patience in return. It lets you land just to see if you have the soul to leave. Because home is not a maneuver node. Home is not a number of Delta V readout. Home is a vow you made to 3 green faces when you clicked launch. Persistence is the fuel they didn't list in the VAB. It's the fuel you burn when the numbers say you're 200 meters per second short, but you run the calculation again anyway. It's the fuel that keeps you at the screen at night, watching a single ion engine push a mountain 1/10 of a G at a time, because that mountain has names: Jeb, Bill, Bob, Val. It's the fuel that survives quick load after quick load, each failure carving away everything unneeded until only one thing remains: resolve. Duna will teach you silence, the silence of a transfer window that won't come for 400 days, the silence of a trajectory that misses Kerbin by 1 pixel. And you ask yourself if you can live with that. You can't, so you don't. You learn to speak the language of gravity assists. You learn that Ike is not a
Oh my
moon,
gosh,
it's a
okay.
promise.
Oh, fuck.
You learn that orbit is just a long argument with the universe, and you are stubborn enough to win it. And when you finally see it, Kerbin rising over Duna's horizon as you climb one last time, that's when you understand. Rockets were never the point. The rockets were just the pen, and persistence is what truly wrote the story. So when re-entry fire wraps the capsule like a sunrise, when the parachutes bloom and the sea rushes up to meet you, know this: you didn't beat the rocket equation. No one beats the rocket equation. You outlasted it. You did longer than it could. You cared more than it did. You turned impossible into a fight plan with enough revisions. This is what it takes to get home from Duna. Not thrust, not fuel, not perfection. Just the reversal to the just the reversal to let the road of red dust have the last word. We go to space to see what we're made of. And on the long road from Duna, we find out. We are made of the kind of fire that comes home. So light the engines, Kerbal Knots, because it's easy, because they're awaiting.
That was a beautiful speech.
Yeah. Low key last night, whenever you said that you're going to live stream it, I was like, wait a minute. I should try to give a speech on it whenever he tries to come home.
For real.
So I wrote that all night, and
My
I
bad,
really thought about,
this is kind
I
of
really,
a nice eclipse right now we're in.
it really sums up the whole speech, that eclipse right there. It marks the beginning of the end.
Yeah,
Anyways, I'm out.
alright. Alright. But this mission is still far from over as we are about to go into the attempt of docking with our target. Alright, so we are about to actually begin the stopping of movement of relative to our target. So actually on time constraint here with our command module, because we cannot actually get out of Kerbin's line of sight, so we don't have too much longer to actually dock. So that is a major concern I do have. I have a very big separation, so this is very inefficient. But we'll have to make it work, so. Alright, so. It's actually a really bad idea to accelerate like that. We'll get it in the moment, I think. I don't know. We're gonna. Yeah, we can burn pro target. That should be fine. So this definitely isn't an efficient way of doing it. It's more inefficient. Okay. Alright, now. Alright, so we're gonna swap to the lander because I don't think there'll be actually any control in I don't think there'll be control in our actual stage that we want to. There'll be no control in our actual, you know what it is, command module. It will not have control by the time we get there, so we will have to do the rest of the docking with this. We're not getting too much closer, so it's fine to start the burn. Start the burn now. I don't know where it is, but there's like. I don't know if that's it or not, but. No, it's not. Alright, 10 meters per second. What's our closest approach now? Alright. We'll shut down our engine for a non-permanent amount of time, and we shall do faint. So, small problem here that must be fixed right away is the fact that these are not actually pointing towards each other. Just prograde. That should work, I guess. Actually, that's a bad idea. Okay. I don't see where it went. Oh, there it is. if I'll be able to do it in time, but we gotta begin slowing down. Oh, fuck you, shift lock. Sorry, my language. Alright, so we are going to slow down now to a reasonable speed. I don't know why, but from the actual module itself you can't see. And we now have docked. Alright. So we have docked a spacecraft together. How much RCS do I have left in here? My ears just popped. Alright, so we do have quite a bit. Now shall I do this the intended way or the unintended way? Is my question. We'll do it the logical way, so we will actually refuel the lane. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna alright, so this now has a considerable bit more amount of delta V. There is more room, so we could fill this up more. This mission could be modified to be a dual landing mission if you really wanted to. It does have the capacity. How long has this been up for? Hour 41 minutes. No wonder everyone's gone by now. Stream's been up for a decade. We're just gonna drain the Rocco Max. We don't need to drain anything else. As I let that occur, I will be letting that occur. The stream has died. This is tragic. Oh well. So tragic. Alright, the Rocco Max is almost done being... Oh, I was so confused what the orbit was doing. I'm like, bro, what? I never changed it back to sea level, not terrain level. So this is definitely way more than enough. Yeah, that's like enough to basically fully fill the lander back up in that one tank. feel like adding another tank to Barakamax, to this command module, would actually make this able to land on both Duna and Ike in one mission. It just has the surplus of fuel you would need. I wonder if I'm gonna do that. I might not. It depends. Depends on where this goes. But yeah, so I've gotten way less cinematic shots here than I have in the previous one, so let me undock and real quick. How much delta do you have? Way more than enough to get back to Korea. Okay, so I undocked, and now I need to dock, but it's moving, so shit, this is a really bad idea. Oh shit, this is really bad. Okay, so I could also have just left it and gone on with the mission, because I don't really need to be docked to this anymore. I mean, it would be nice for maneuver nodes, so. Alright, I'm definitely refueling this thing's RCS. We've run very low on RCS, so it does seem like the most reasonable idea to actually refill the RCS on our lander, so. I mean, do I want to do the lander or do I want to take it back on the CSM? It's like on one hand you want to do it on the CSM, on the other hand you want to do it on the lander. We'll do it on the lander. Should I though? Yeah, we will. I'm the only one on my stream right now. I'm assuming. I assume everyone else is gone by now. Or not. Okay. Yes, do you need some food? Alright, so it's all filled up. Is there anything left in here I can steal? Yes, there is actually. Which probably shouldn't have closed all these then. No, it did land. Did you miss it? It landed. We're back in orbit now. We're preparing for the return back to Kerbin currently. It's been 423 days of elapsed mission time. Oh, dang. You can always rewatch the stream if you want. It should still be on the YouTube channel afterwards. I'm pretty sure everyone else left the stream though, so. Alright, everything is fueled and it is time to leave the command module. Actually, I need to open this first. And then it will be time. I don't know why that purple's so low in view, but that's 'cause but yeah, it makes for worse cinematic shots, sadly. This is pretty good though. I didn't realize you could do that. That's cool. Alright, that's good enough. Alright, and it is time for return to Kerbin, so we are now gonna warp to the time of alright. So it's time to return to Kerbin, so we will set up our burn and we shall be on our way. It's the wrong way. There's always the right spot to burn at. So we have way more than enough Delta V left to actually return to Kerbin. We have way more than enough actually. But we are experiencing Duna for the last time of this mission, as we will be going back to Kerbin now. Alright, well, the mission has almost come to a close. And it's almost time for our trans-Kerbin injection, so our burn will be during the sunset, so we'll see how that works out. 140 seconds, 140-second lawn burn, so that's a 50-second lawn. So burn at T-minus 50 seconds. And that should be that. I closed my stream, my version of YouTube. I assume my concurrent viewers will go down to 0. Alright, so we will be committing tax fraud. Wait, no. We are almost to the burn. I'm probably gonna begin pumping out KSP content, honestly. After I get my mod list up today, I might start a career tomorrow. Well, we are almost to burn. Oh, I never filled the fuel tank adapter. It doesn't really matter. We still have a lot of fuel anyway in here. We didn't fully fuel the baguette tanks either, so it should not matter in the long run. I never realized that the women in this game are actually shorter. That's a crazy detail for real. But they took the best cinematic shot seat, so it's really annoying, I guess. So we do have a problem. I forgot to activate engine. So I had forgotten to reactivate the engine, so that would have been really bad if I didn't catch on to that. Well, I mean, I did still catch on to it, but it's still really bad. Well, not really bad. You get the idea. probably in the final 10-20 minutes of the mission in real life time. There's not too much left to it. We've already done all of the complex things. There's nothing else really left we need to do, so once this burn is done, it's basically just maneuver it to be a good encounter, and then after that, it's just after we've made it a good encounter, then all there is left to do will just be the you know, just the circularization and re-entry. So not really too much left to it. Mess it up enough just so you can select maneuver again. There's already a slow engine. I think it's messed up, it's not encountering. Fairly short mission so far. just nothing to talk about right now, so yeah. Well, I should be able to return now. This is gonna be the burn that actually gets us on course to Kerbin. I'm gonna start early because I am very impatient. So here's our periapsis. We're just gonna try to get it to a very desirable point. Free return trajectory to the solar. Free return trajectory to the sun. Dang it. We need a more thrust limiter. Trust me, I got this. I definitely am not going to need to change this multiple times in a row. So I did set way too high, but last minute maneuver. Environment 50 seconds until entry point retrograde hard. So we are going to need to detach and pray. Alright, so we're now on re-entry. This will hopefully be 2 of our entry burns. If this is our only one, then it'll be really concerning. Why was it not on SAS? Barbecue roll. So why this capsule needs RCS? Holy shit, we're going to die. Language. Oh no, oh no, okay. This happened last time, and I did not think of changing anything to make it safer, so we're just gonna have to do a small barbecue roll. We're going in on the first entry. Great. Alright, and we have just experienced re-entry, so still going very fast, scarily. We are above land, which is an issue. This thing did go very fast when landing originally, and water. So I don't really trust it on land. We might actually have to eject our Kerbals and just have them fly down Gemini style, because I don't know if I actually trust this to land successfully or not. Hopefully the heat shield would take the impact if that did happen. But oh shit! Alright, so I don't trust this to actually Should I just get these guys to jump out? I think I should, yeah. Okay, we're not going too fast. $20, $19, $18, $17, $16, $15, $14, $13, $12, $11, $10, $9, $8, $7, $6, $5, $4, $3, $2, $1. Wow. Why was I counting down? What the fuck? Kraken. Dude. Could you not? So, that was a crazy Kraken encounter. I need to watch my language. I'm very sorry about that, but... Nice. We did it. Yay. Alright, well. Dang. Where I'm going insane. So the mission has been completed. We have recovered Milbro and Richpont Kerman. And yeah, that's that. So this was a very fun experience. We were able to get the 2 Kerbals back to Kerbin. It is a disadvantage that we only got 2 Baron back instead of 3, but I could definitely do 3. I just decided to do 2 instead, so a pretty decent launch vehicle, I'd say. But yeah, that should be it for today. So I'll see you all later. And by you all, I mean me, because I'm pretty sure I'm the only one in the stream right now. So yeah.